Hi everyone, this is Patty from Metaphysical Insight, and today I'd like to speak a little bit about reincarnation. Reincarnation, what is that? Reincarnation is when we pass away on this earthly plane. So when we leave this physical body, and then we go up to heaven or wherever you believe we go. Um, we can that's when you can come back and you can inhabit, become another person, like you can inhabit another body. It's not like a grown up and you possess them. It's nothing like that at all. You come back from the beginning. So lots of times, when we maybe like a baby dies or stillborn and things like that, and maybe they want to reincarnate their soul, or someone passes away and they want to reincarnate their soul. um, they find, I know this sounds a little wacky, but I'm speaking to my guides about this, and this is the information that came through. um, they will find, a couple, who are, having sex, and, and then the woman gets pregnant, and at that moment, kind of stuff like that, through all of that process, um, they reincarnate into that, and then they are born as that child on this earthly plane again. So, sometimes as soon as someone dies, immediately they go and they, find, a couple right away, and then they go and they reincarnate like that. Then there are times when, we go to heaven and we have choices. So when we go to heaven, it's almost like, you go to school again or something like that. There's things, that you can take, courses you want to take, almost like going to like college or something. You can choose to, stay with your family that you were with when you were on the earthly plane. You could, stay with them and you can hang out with them, or you can, decide to become maybe like someone's guardian angel or something like that. You can go on to doing something like that, or you can, come back and reincarnate, and you don't have to reincarnate right away. Just, and sometimes we just want to, be with our family and spend time with our family that's passed on. Sometimes, just say if you were like a golfer or something like that, and you were, retired maybe, and you just started playing golf, you started enjoying that, you know what I'm saying, and you pass away, and so you're up in heaven, and you're going, you know what, I really enjoyed golf. I'm gonna like hang here for a while, and I'm going to, I'm gonna play golf to my heart's content. So I'm gonna hang with my family, my friends have passed on, and play golf, as if I'm on the earthly plane. And you can do that. That's a choice. Play tennis, whatever you want to do. That's your choice. And so sometimes, we do that, and we do that for however long we want to. Then there may come a time where you're like, okay, I decided that maybe, I want to go back to the earthly plane, and, live a life there again and see what that's like again. So we could do that. Otherwise, like I said, we could, become someone's guardian angel, or, go down that road, if you so desire. But reincarnation, and a lot of people don't believe in that, but I do. And if a lot of people that have had a past life regression done, and that is when a licensed or certified hypnotherapist will, put you in a state and then ask questions, and you will actually speak to them and tell them where you are from the past. Where you've been, who you were, where you've been. I'm yet to do that. I want to do that actually, because I'm curious. I know I've been here before. I used to think I was like a new soul, but I think I've been here before. And, you know, that is like really cool, to be able to learn if you have been here before. And if so, who were you and where you were and what time it was, I'm saying, what year, whatever, what decade or era, you never know how far back it can go and how many times you've been here before, too. The interesting thing about reincarnation, a couple interesting things. You can, okay, reincarnate into your family that you were with on the earthly plane. So, if someone within your family structure is having a baby, and as they are working that out, you reincarnate into them and then become a child, and there you are back into the family. Another pretty interesting thing is, and I think a lot of people will find this probably a little far-fetched, but hey, it's not, I could tell you. You don't have to reincarnate back to this planet. You do not have to come back to Earth, but you want to check out other things, you can reincarnate back to a planet with life, with some life form. Alien, we call it alien because they're not human beings from this earthly plane. So you can actually find a planet that has life form of some sort, and you can reincarnate into that life form and see what that's like. I mean, I feel like I've done that before. That's why I really like to do, I'm saying, past life regression for myself, because sometimes I feel like I'm very related to aliens, very, very like close to them. They're not scary to me, and I feel comfortable with them. So I feel like I've, been out in space. When I travel out in space, it's very comfortable and peaceful for me there. I love it. So reincarnation is interesting. We can, I feel, reincarnate as a pet. And so, that too is something that, we can do. Not sure I want to reincarnate into a pet. I think I'd rather reincarnate into another human being if I ever want to come back to this planet. God knows if I ever want to come back here. But I know that when I pass, when I leave this earthly plane, my soul is going to spend time with my family that has passed on for God knows how long. There's no time there, so I don't know. I'm saying I couldn't say how long I'd spend doing that, and I certainly want to see all my pets, because they're considered my family as well too. So when I say family, that means my pets and all of that stuff. I'm going to be so excited to be able to see them again that I think I'm going to spend a great deal of time with them and catching up and having a good time. Me, your personality never changes when you die. I mean, your body and things like that die away, but your personality never changes. You could change your looks and things like that, as I talked about in other videos and stuff like that, but your personality never changes. So, me having the same personality that I have now, I could very well get bored. I don't know. I could say to my family, you know what? I'm going to take a hike a little bit, and I'm going to go reincarnate maybe in some other planet for a while. Or if I know that something pretty cool, or this earthly plane isn't, in complete, destruction, or, in chaos, or, the shit that it is now, I might come back, depending on, what shape the planet's in and what shape the people are in. So, reincarnation, a lot of people, like I said, don't believe in that. They don't even believe in like an afterlife. They don't even believe in heaven. They don't believe in hell. I could tell you what, there is a heaven, there is a hell. And, hell is, they always depict hell as like, oh, the fiery devil place and stuff like that. I feel hell or as I know how to be, it is just a lot of bad, negative energy, where you are depressed and unhappy and other, terrible feelings and possible things, happen with you. So I feel like, you are with a lot of, the demonic energy. And heaven is just the bliss and all the beautiful things, that we, think it is. It just is. And so, lots of people, it's up to you. I feel like God gives you that opportunity to, reincarnate elsewhere. Whether you want to come back here or you want to visit another planet or want to come back as an animal or a human being, whatever you want to do, you have that choice to do it if you want to reincarnate. And again, like I said, it's like, taking maybe classes. You have choice of taking classes. I want to, reincarnate, or I want to stay with my family. I want to play golf all day. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to, as I want to be a guardian angel. I want to be a guide to somebody. I want to be a mentor to somebody. I want to, what I'm saying? I want to be around new people. I mean, that's the coolest thing, about when we pass over. We can choose to, help others and do all these wonderful things. We can, be healers. We could do all kind of wonderful things. So, whatever we choose, we get prepared for that, and then we go on and we, do that. And so we can, it's another question. I have a question, and people asking several questions where I'm answering these questions here that I had gotten. Um, can we keep reincarnating? Yep. Yeah, you can keep reincarnating. You can live out your life, on the earthly plane again, or wherever else you decide to go. And if you want to reincarnate again, you can reincarnate till your little heart's content. So, I feel like people, more apt to reincarnate quickly are people who have had tragic, accidents here. They left too soon, and they feel like they're not finished on the earthly plane, or, a baby, was either stillborn or was, aborted, or, was, miscarried, or something tragic happened early in their life. They will reincarnate like, pretty quick. They'll find another body, to inhabit, or create into that body. They don't inhabit, they create into a body. And so those will do that. And other people have had full lives and have a lot of family and friends on the other side, will tend to want to hang out there for a while. People that, have had, say they were, didn't have big families or didn't really have families, on the earthly plane here. Say they grew up, in, a bad life or tragic things like that. Or they were alone. They might reincarnate, back to this, planet or elsewhere, right away. They probably won't stay too long unless they choose, to be someone's guardian angel or something like that, whatever. Unless they choose that road, then they will. If they don't choose that, they'll reincarnate back here onto the earthly plane and live a different life, and, choose one hopefully that, will be a better life than what they've had on the earthly plane, and not be alone as well. So reincarnation is pretty cool, and I'm sure. I mean, I've done it before. I'm sure I've done it before, because we get these things. Are you ready for this? We get these things called deja vu, and I'm sure everyone has had deja vu at some point. And a deja vu is, when something happens, or you're doing something or whatever, and it just feels like I've done that before. This feels so familiar, like I've done it already. I've done that before. This happened to me before. And we've all had that at one point. um, that is a clue to you that you have been here before, that you have reincarnated into the life that you are right now. Okay. When we reincarnate, you're probably thinking, why would somebody reincarnate into a shit life, you know what I'm saying, or a tragic life of some sort, or something like that? When we reincarnate, I don't believe that we really, really know that that's going to happen. To us, we choose, to sometimes, our souls will go into that, body. Like I said, if when two people are coming together to create a human being, they'll go into right away. They'll just pick one. They'll pick one like right away. They have no idea really what's going to happen there. They just want to get back onto this earthly plane here, and so things like that'll happen. So you won't know what kind of life that you just reincarnated into. So that could be, something to think about too, if you decide you want to reincarnate, because you don't know what your life's going to be. And here's the part that I don't like about reincarnation, but the only way you to find out is, like I said, if you did a past life regression, that we don't know that we've been here before unless we have that deja vu, unless we have experienced the deja vu. And we don't just have like one deja vu in our life. Sometimes we have several, and I've had several. So that could tell me that I've, been here more than one time. I've reincarnated more than one time. I just wish that we would remember without having to be hypnotized to really remember. We wish we had that knowledge and remember all of those things, just like when we pass now, and we reincarnate again if we so desire, that we remember about this life. We won't unless we had some kind of deja vu, or something like that that's happened to us, or have a past life, regression done. So that's kind of the gist of reincarnation, whether you believe it or not. I do. I just know, I've been told by my guides that it does exist. There is that. And that's kind of the basics for it. I'm sure, like, reincarnation, we could probably talk for days about it. It's probably goes pretty deep, but this is the basics for you. So give you a little understanding of what it is and what happens in case you had any of these questions. I hope this answered it for you and maybe give you something to think about if, when you pass on, and you might want to, choose to reincarnate and come back here again. And you can come back at any time. You don't, it's no say, okay, you got like so much time and before you can reincarnate and that's it for you. It's not like that. It's not like that. You have, whatever time it takes for you to decide if you even want to do it. So I hope this helped. I hope that answers some questions for you. And I wish all of you a lovely day. Take care.